Let me educate you. Africa is known for indigenous sounds. Before Western influence, Africa is an indigenous continent with diverse people, diverse languages, diverse ethnicities, diverse cultures. Our fathers used their indigenous sounds not just for melody's sake. They used it for agriculture. They sang when they were in farms. They used it for storytelling. They also used it for warfare. They had drums of war. Sound represented a people and their culture in Africa. But when westernization came and Western influence began to pass across Africa, we now started finding rhythms and scale and the rest. Western sound at some point now infiltrated Africa. So there were two options: the Western sound and then the indigenous African sound. And as Western influence increased in Africa, we had the gospel, we had education, Western education, and then we had Western music, both gospel and secular. Did that replace our indigenous sound? No. So those brethren who became Christians will sing all these Western hymns because it was Catholicism that evangelized us. However, in their own native languages too, they will sing praise to God with their native tune. Now, where did Afrobeat come from? A person now rose within this transitory season and now managed to marry indigenous sound with Western sound, so that number one, the indigenous sound will not be swept away, and number two, the indigenous sound can spread through Western sounds. That was how Afrobeat was born. And sadly, because the church of the modern day always lag behind, the person that pioneered this was not a Christian. You know him, Baba Fela. He's the pioneer of Afrobeat because he lived abroad. So guess what? He married Western sound with Yoruba indigenous sound. So you hear keyboards, you still hear talking drums. And there was a blend. And then he sang on it. But watch this. This thing he did was a beautiful miracle. It showed the growth of a continent. However, since this person was not a Christian, the culture he attached to the sound was a worldly culture. Someone tell your neighbor, our enemy is the culture, not the sound. So guess what? This new wave that actually swept across Africa was now known for drugs, was now known for sexuality, was now known for all these things, partying and the rest. And over the years, a generation grew to tie that culture to the sound. Do some of you know that rap music can be traced to the church? I've forgotten those people's name. I've forgotten their name. Some brothers like this. Those were part of the people that, according to research, they say these are the founding fathers of rap. But guess what? Whenever we bring out new possibilities, the one with the wisdom to attach culture to it is the one that will rule the people.